What is going on, everybody? It is your boy PTK BLAM, the friendly neighborhood gamer, back another week, another episode of the Shop Podcast, the most lit podcast on YouTube, hands down, guys. So I am back, feeling good today, guys. Got a lot of great topics to talk about today, man. I woke up at 4 in the morning. Is super excited that it was Thursday. I am ready and hyped for the podcast. Got my guys here, and guys, everybody in the chat. There may be some people falling in a little bit later, so don't mind. People may be jumping in and out. So we'll get to them in a second. But I am just focused on the people who are here right now. So I am going to go around the panel as I do every week. Let everybody get their shit in. Make sure you know where you at. So go ahead, Predator. Shout yourself out, my guy.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Barely made it in. Having surgery tomorrow on my knee, so finally getting that shit done. But yo, I know we're not doing outros and shit right now, so I just want to get on with these topics and get started.
Let's go for sure. Shout yourself out live real quick.
What's going on? It's your boy Live, always putting out new content. My new thing is polls, man. Some people like them, other people hate them, but it's all good.
All right, cool for sure. And then my boy Triple Cup Chuck, and he ain't at the liquor store this week, so we good.
Yeah. What's that with you? Yeah, I'm good. I'm up. What's that with your YouTube and YouTubers? It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up.
For sure. So let's dive right in, man. I ain't even told. So everybody right now listening live, I haven't even told them what the topics are going to be. Usually I let everybody know ahead of time, but I think we got some good shit going on this week. So you guys stay tuned. And by the way, if you're new to the podcast, you're new to the chat, every question I ask the panel, it is also for you guys, man. So I like the chat to be active and lit. So you guys let me know down in the chat what's going on. Say hi, introduce yourself, man. We have a lot of fun in this podcast if you're listening for the first time. So let's dive right the fuck in. So the first thing I want to talk about is Pubg, man. This phenomenon. I saw a tweet this morning. Was it this morning? Is it this morning or yesterday? They just retweeted something, a picture showing their like player count, and it was like 4 times as high as the next highest player count on like Steam, which is pretty impressive considering like Dota, shit like that is usually like the top game, on Steam, things like that. So I want you guys' opinion on how PUBG is going to affect the Xbox, and be it the fact that it's going to be on the Xbox first for extended period of time. I know they're trying to get that exclusivity for longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, Fred. What do you think what do you think the impact of PUBG is gonna have on Xbox?
Well, I think I want to say it will be a system seller if it was only on Xbox, but it's not. Well, at least we don't know. They haven't really mentioned it or not, but it is one of the most anticipated games coming out this year. I think what's like holding it back right now is we don't have a release date, and then you have like a little bit of Steam taken away from it. Not Steam the store, but like just the Steam a little bit being taken away by other game modes within other games like Fortnite. And apparently Ghost Recon's doing their own mode similar to what PUBG is doing now. So I think PUBG's biggest mistake right now was not having a release date or having it out right when the X comes out. And that, like I said, the longer they wait, the less and less, I guess, build up is going to be for the game. Now on Steam right now, yeah, it's flying off the shelves on Steam, like everyone's playing it. But I mean, we're in a lull period right now. Anyway, we're starting to kind of ramp up a little bit with some of the games coming out for holiday season. But over I guess the end of the summer till now, there really hasn't been much to play except PUBG because it's been out since March, I think.
Yeah, I think something like that.
That's, as you go into the summer, people start dying down and not playing as much games, or there's not enough coming out anyway. And you had other games that have been kind of like, shitty, like Overwatch. Not Overwatch, Jesus. Not what was that other one that came out that's similar to Overwatch?
Battleborn.
Yeah, you have PC, like only PC games like that coming out, and they're not really living up to the hype. So people are just falling right back in.
Lawbreakers.
That's the one I'm thinking of, Lawbreakers. And so like the player count on that game is terrible. So like basically you're seeing people, they don't have anything to do. I'm not saying PUBG's not a good game and it's not deserving of what player count it has right now. We have to look at a lot of other factors as well, why it's doing so well. There's not really a lot to play right now on PC, on Xbox, until maybe the last couple of months, I guess. But it's a great game. But I think, them not having a release date right now is like, we don't have anything to look forward to because they're so tight-lipped on what's going on with the game.
Yeah.
They're not showing us any screenshots or anything like that. And I mean, if it comes out in December, it comes out in December, which I think is another bad time slot. But then when is going to be a good time slot around the holiday season for this game to come out if they had a release date? I mean, again, it's in alpha. It's not, the full release of the game. But if you're going to put it in the preview program, give us something, give us a definitive date. But as far as it goes with the Xbox community, depending on when it comes out, I think it will probably be one of the most played games. People kind of, like all the hype last week was Cuphead. A couple of weeks ago, it was all Destiny. This week, it was all Forza. And now, we did a little bit of Battlefront coming up here pretty soon. Shadow of War today, or yesterday, I think. I can't remember what day of the week it is. But I mean, like as new games come out, those older games kind of get pushed to the back. Depending on when this game releases into the preview program, will be a good deciding factor how well it's going to do going forward. So.
Yeah, and the one thing I want to mention that you didn't mention, everything I agree 100% with what you said about them not having a release date, which can kind of trail off the anticipation for the game. You just kind of sitting around like, I love the game, I want to play the game, but when is the shit coming out? So that will hurt the game. But the game is huge right now, and the one good thing about this game that it has going, the one great thing is that it is very, very streamable. It's a very streamable game. So
it's gonna be great with
Mixer. Obviously YouTube, Twitch, it's very, very streamable. So it's going to give the game legs for a very long time. Why do you think Overwatch is still crazy popular? Why do you think a lot of these other games are still crazy popular? Or even like Destiny to a point. They're very streamable friendly games. So that's going to help PUBG a lot. So Live, what you think about PUBG, man? Is it going to be that huge bomb when it drops, or you think it's just going to be kind of meh?
I think it's going to be big. Just because it does something different than from everybody else is doing. Even though what's that Fortnite?
Fortnite,
has a similar mode, they kind of copied their mode in the ways, but overall they really don't have everything that PUBG has. One, the style isn't the same. The other thing,
that battle royale is very cartoony too. It's really cartoony.
Yeah, so it's really cartoony. That's not going to appeal to some people. Then you have the fact that you really don't search for weapons in the same manner that you do in PUBG. And as far as I know, you don't have team. I think it's just one versus 99. I don't remember seeing like a team up mode. And you can't. And there are no vehicles in the game. So there's a lot of things that aren't in the Fortnite version versus the PUBG version, and I don't think Fortnite could put that in because there's no roads. It's just, they would have to like really change the whole thing that their game is in order to really, try to copy what PUBG is doing. So I think that it should be fine, because people have been anticipating it, and will it sell systems? I don't know, maybe. For some people, yeah, it probably will, because some people can't wait. I mean, think about it.
Some people don't have people,
Yeah, some people don't.
Is it getting a physical release, or is it all just digital?
It'll probably get a physical release in the future, but it's not going to be with the right now. This year will be the preview version, right?
Okay.
So, then later on. But the thing that it's just like it's an addiction game. It's one of those games that, because it's so fast, as far as like you play a game and you think, okay, I died, I got to sit in this lobby for like 30 minutes, 10 minutes. You don't really have to do that. It's kind of like you die, you're done, now you're back in. Like, what's the time? Like 3 minutes, if that?
I don't even remember. Yeah, I'm not even sure.
I know it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah,
for PUBG. I don't think it takes that long.
If you get killed when you're playing in squads, you have to wait until
in squads,
to get your points.
But I'm saying if you're playing by yourself,
if you're playing solo, like if you get down to like the last, like let's say 10 players, like if you get down like to the last 10 players of the game, it can easily be a 30-minute game. But if you get killed quick, you can just back out and start up a new match. They'll go through the server real quick to get the 99 people, and then you're jumping out and playing again within a matter of 3 minutes. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't take that long to really get back into it, and you get enough time to kind of go through your bearings. I think you can run through like the type of equipment that you want to be able to have in your stash or something like that. So I see the appeal.
Cool, cool. All right. So by the way, guys, my other guy just jumped in. I told you guys when we first started there'll be some people jumping in and out. So shout out to Jarhead, man. It's been a minute since I hollered at my guy, man, but he's in here now. Shout yourself out, Jar.
Hey, what up, fellas, man? Man, does it sound good to have you back, man? Where the hell you been?
we gonna leave that for off air. We gonna leave that
Man.
for off air. This feels good. It feels good, man. So we was talking about PUBG. I know you want to dive in, Jar. We was talking about PUBG and the impact it's gonna have on Xbox. Man. What do you think? Do you think it's gonna be Prez made a lot of good points about not having a release date. Live said you think it's gonna be huge just due to the fact that it's streamable. He sees the appeal. What do you think, Jar?
I think I said this before when I was invited to with GKB and She Wolf. She invited me. I think PUBG, to be honest with you, is on the level of Minecraft. I mean, they have some copycats, with the battle royale, but the way this game is taking off, it's like every day they hit another fucking million sold. They're up to 16 now. So honestly, I think this thing is huge and is only going to get better, and it's good, and it's a simple formula. Like, if you think about it, that's exactly how Minecraft started. But I don't think Minecraft caught fire like this game is. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the sales numbers, the amount of players daily, it's a huge deal. Even the
Talk about peak Minecraft. I don't know. Minecraft.
Well, I wouldn't say beat them out, but what I'm saying is when Minecraft first started, mind you, social media wasn't what it is now. It was basically word of mouth. Yeah. PUBG is everywhere, man, and those numbers on Steam are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, I think it's great. I think the craziest thing is nobody knew about it till Mikey Barra started tweeting about his obsession with the damn game. That's the funny shit. At least for me. That's how I found out about it.
Haven't you been playing that for a little bit? Didn't you know about it on PC for a little while?
I didn't actually get into it until I actually started watching Mike and Barra play it. I knew about the game, but I wasn't like, oh, I gotta get this. This needs to come on Xbox. Once I started seeing him play it, and everyone started asking me, "Yo, what's up with this game? We need to get this on Xbox," and it became a trend. So, but I mean, I knew about the game because it came out in March. But then again, I'm not a huge PC gamer anyway.
Yeah.
But this is like one of the few games I've actually played on PC that I enjoyed, like, just jumping in playing a bunch of random. So
okay, cool. Go ahead, finish your point, Jar. I don't want to cut you off. I was just trying.
No, that's pretty much it. I'm excited for the game. Again, the best part of the game, I think, is the simplicity, because it's just 100 people shooting each other to the end. I mean, that's fucking awesome. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's huge. I'm excited for it, and just like Predator, I'm not a big PC guy, so I'm actually holding off till this thing comes out on Xbox. So cool. I just watch people play on Mixer, and it's a real fun game to watch.
Yeah, that was another big thing for me, is that it's stream friendly. A lot of games that gives games legs for a long time. All those PC games that, I mean, even shit like Hearthstone. I mean, that's a damn card game, but it still has a shit ton of concurrent players and people watching it just because it's a stream friendly game. You know what I'm saying? So I think PUBG is going to be a big game for a very long time, as long as they can continue to evolve the game, add content, do little things. Like James just said, shout out to King James. He said it would be cool if they did something special for the Xbox version, added in like different vehicles. Like imagine a Warthog in PUBG, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Like just nice little cool touches to the game, just for Xbox. I think that would be dope.
Imagine a snow level.
Yeah, they did change the name of it, or like add to it or some shit like that, didn't they?
What on the Xbox version?
Yeah, it's called like PUBG Ultimate Life or Death Fight or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Seriously?
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. All right, Chuck, it's on you, G, man. What do you think about this PUBG, man? You think this shit finna blow up?
I mean, to be honest with you, PUBG that already blew up, but without looking at it more like how Predator was saying, like it's all about for the Xbox they release window. Like whenever they release, they got a cult following, so they gonna get the cult following people. But the window is the catch, like the rest of the hardcore and the casual gamers. So that release window is everything. And I ain't just talking about going against any other games, as in sale wise, but I'm talking more like going up against games like how, let's say next year Call of Duty, and y'all know Call of Duty is known for copying whatever's hot because that's how they got the jetpacks and stuff like that. So next year they may have a mode on Call of Duty or the next Battlefield or any other game or even Anthem might even have a game mode like that. So PUBG needs to strike now while the iron hot because it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong, but when these big AAA games get their hands on this format, they gonna beat it down to death. And that's gonna take the value of PUBG. But for right now, PUBG is the hottest thing. It's a new mode. Don't know too many other games have it, and it could drive. But if they release it this year or the beginning of next year, I think it'll sell real good, especially in the preview program. So you know what I'm saying? What they were saying about with the PlayStation, if they get it next year, I'm looking at it. It really don't matter because by the time they get it, the other company's been to beat that mode down to the ground. So PUBG, I don't think it is gonna have legs like how a lot of people think it's gonna have legs, like how Minecraft have legs. I just think it's hot right now. But for it to have legs, it gotta stay on top of everything because you're gonna have these AAA juggernauts coming after your head by next year.
Well, Minecraft is a community-driven game. The community drives Minecraft, not Mojang. The community, all the community-created content pushes that game. So that's the one thing I guess that doesn't make it like Minecraft. Literally, the community pushes Minecraft to where it is today. And it's going to continue. You know, obviously, there's the different goal in Minecraft. It's a completely different kind of game. It's more of just a sandbox game, but still, you know. So I do get your point there, and I don't want to cut you off. So I need to finish your thought.
Yeah, no, that was about everything.
Okay, cool, man. So great opening topic. Let us know down in the chat, guys. What do you guys think of PUBG? You guys think it's gonna be huge? You guys picking it up? So we're gonna be moving on here, and I got a lot of fun shit to talk about today. So this is something I've been thinking about, man. I was up at like 4 this fucking morning thinking about different questions, and I don't really like to do the typical just everyday news questions. So I wanted to give you guys kind of an option here. So I was thinking about, man, Xbox does not really have a strong female lead character like in any game really. So I was thinking out, like, who would you guys would think would be a strong lead female character for the Xbox brand? We got Lara Croft, obviously, you know, Tomb Raider herself, or like Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark, who I think should get a whole lot more love than she gets, or the game should. I think it's a jewel. I think Microsoft has a gem on their hands. They can do a lot of cool shit with it. So that remains to be seen. But we'll start with you, Chuck, since you ended it, man. Tomb Raider, obviously, or Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark. Who do you think would be a better fit? You know, I know obviously Tomb Raider, Lara Croft she has movies, merchandise. She's obviously a bigger character, but who do you think would be a better fit for the brand?
I mean, for the brand, Lara Croft, you know what I'm saying, you'll look at it for like you saying, like the bigger name, you know what I'm saying, bigger recognition, but at the same time, she's known for being on a PlayStation as well. So it's gonna be kind of hard. That's a real big pill to try to swallow to say Lara Croft, you know what I'm saying, represents Xbox. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be kind of hard for me to take that stance. So I would have to go with Joanna Dark just for simply because she don't have she could become a brand recognition because people wouldn't look at her as like, oh, I can get you on I've seen you on other systems. So it's just like Master Chief. If Master Chief would have been on a PlayStation and the Dreamcast, then he came to the Xbox, you wouldn't associate him strictly with the Xbox like that. So I think Joanna Dark have a way better chance of doing it, you know, so just from my personal opinion. But I do like Lara Croft a lot more as personal wise, but for the brand wise, I'll have to go with
Joanna Dark.
Joanna Dark, yeah.
I think that's a good choice. I'm kind of leaning that direction too, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody else finish. So, Live, what you think, man? Joanna Dark, Lara Croft. I mean, is there anybody else that you can think of? Maybe I'm missing somebody.
It's just a staple of, the franchise to have or to bring into PUBG.
No, not to bring into PUBG. Just like a franchise, like to be a strong female lead character for the Xbox brand.
I would like Joanna Dark. They also got the Rico girl that they could expand upon.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
That's a good
Jewel. Yeah, that's another one. I forgot all about her.
That was my answer.
I thought we just had to use
my bad, Chuck. See, I sold you there, Chuck.
I retracted. Can I say mine would have to be Maya?
Maya?
You know, yeah, Maya off Killer Instinct.
Oh, okay.
Now, I wouldn't go with Ark, and I'd go with Maya.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So you said Jewel from Recore Live?
Yeah, I would say Jewel from Recore would be good. Trying to think. But it has to be a female character?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. What they could do is do a spin-off, like I think Triple just said, like the Killer Instinct. Use one of the female characters in Killer Instinct and do a spin-off like that, similar like what they did with Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
You can do something like that too.
Okay. I think Jewel low key. I think she's like a younger. She's more of like a teenager. I think she would appeal. You could do a lot of cool stuff with her. You know, and the game is still. It's a newer game. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of room to grow. Yeah. I think you could do a lot, and you know, her and the dog and the robots. That's a lot of, you know, you can even goddamn do a TV show, cartoon, something with that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really, really wanted to, you know, I think she has a little bit more flexibility than the other two, honestly. But good choice there, Live. So, Prayer, what you think, man?
Man, there's not really a lot of female characters out there, just specifically outside the Xbox. That's tough. But I picked Jewel, but I'm not going to use that one. If I'm thinking outside the box, I would pull what Sony has done with Spider-Man and try and get exclusivity with Wonder Woman and bring that to Xbox. There's never really been a Wonder Woman video game, basically going off of the movie.
You just gave something away. God damn it.
Along the lines of like a Rise or something like that.
That'd be badass.
Somebody's gonna hear that, and we're gonna see that shit on Sony stage.
Pay me.
Right this man, I mean,
like, I think it's owned by Warner Brothers. So I mean, like Sony couldn't do anything exclusively with it. But like, because I think Spider-Man is under Sony, if I'm not mistaken.
They're under Sony.
Yeah, they bought it from Marvel when Marvel was starving back in the day.
Yeah. So I mean, they could try and get some kind of deal with Warner Brothers and try to bring that to Xbox exclusive.
Ooh, I think you should pitch that. I hadn't even thought about that. I'm be honest with you. That didn't even cross my mind. I've never seen a Wonder Woman game at all.
It'd be fucking awesome.
Oh my god! Don't even. Oh my god.
They would have to do that right though, because you know if they mess up a Wonder Woman game, it's gonna be they'll never come up and do another one.
Oh yeah, they'll get crucified. It'll have to be something. It'll have to be a hybrid of God of War, Rise.
Yeah,
and, you know what I mean? It's something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It'd be pretty epic.
Yeah, they could even get. I mean, well, if they would decide to actually fucking make a game, Crytek, you know, the people that did Rise would be a great option to make the game. That would be Crytek and whoever else helped them make the game. I can't remember.
They need to sell that shit to Microsoft. And
right now.
Yeah, you should. You really should. Dead ass for real.
To be honest, they need to sell Marvel, the license to Marvel to Microsoft so they can do a better fighting game.
Man, that new game looks like shit.
Because they need to have the dudes who make Killer Instinct make the next Marvel game. So you actually make a Marvel game.
Yeah, that would be
actual
sick.
Fighting game. Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
So Jar, it's on you, brother. What you think, man? Female lead.
Live took Jewel from me. I would say that girl from Cameo. Remember that game for the 360?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That's right.
They could have expanded on that. That was like an open world Fable-like game. She was a cool little character. They could have expanded on that, and you know, kind of had like Fable's little sister type.
Mm-hmm.
The concept was pretty cool. I think I forget her name. Is it Cameo? I know that's the name of the game.
It's been a minute. It's been
Like
so long.
I forget her name.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Yeah.
But I'll say that would have been cool to see them expand on it. The graphics, at least for this time, was
it was ridiculous.
I'm a sucker for graphics like that, man. Like that Fable.
The water
stuff.
in that game was incredible at the time, G. Like I said, I wanted to jump through the TV like into the
it was
water.
crazy looking.
Yeah,
that was a launch game too.
It was a launch game, for the 360 for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, I had this shit. I bought it not even knowing what it was, just because. I was like, "What is this shit?" So cool, man. That was a great topic, man. Great topic, man. So. Next one, man. We're going to keep this thing rolling, man. Feeling good today, man. So, indie titles, man. I want to talk about ID at Xbox, man. I'm really, really hyped for this shit. I don't know why, but this morning when I got up, I was just looking at different YouTube videos on Xbox and things, and I found the sizzle reel from the last E3 of the ID at Xbox games, and my fucking God, I forgot there's so many great indie titles coming out. So I want to talk about those, man, because, and I'm not talking about scale, but there's a lot of fucking indie games coming out in that ID program that rival some of these double and triple A's in quality. like these developers, these indie are really taking chances. I'm not just talking Ori. I'm not just talking Cuphead. There's a lot of other games coming. I'm just naming a few, and you guys, the Ashen, obviously, that Deep Rock Galactic game, the one that looks like a fucking Minecraft type game.
Oh yeah.
I think is it Last Night or Last Call?
Yeah,
the
the Last Night.
Game.
That's
that
the
shit
shit
look
I
crazy.
want. I want that shit.
That the Darwin Project is almost like a Hunger Games type style game. Raiders of the Broken Planet, that game. There's a bunch of other ones, but that was just a few that I got from that sizzle reel. And I wanted to get you guys' opinion. Yeah, I said Ashen first.
Oh, my bad.
No, you good. You good. But I wanted to get you guys' opinions because I feel like Microsoft this generation has done a fantastic job with not only getting great games, great ID games, but high quality. We're not getting a bunch of that shovelware we got on the 360. We getting some high quality shit. I mean, if you go back and watch that sizzle reel, a lot of those games, like I said, rival AAAs and AAs as far as quality goes. And they don't have the budget; they can't beat them on scale. But there's some really high quality developers, and Microsoft has done a great job at grabbing a couple. Studio MDHR, Moonlight Studios, Moon Studios, not Moonlight, but Moon Studios. Sorry, and a couple other people they brought in to really put some money into these games and make them to see the full potential. So I want to get you guys' opinion. We'll start with you, Jar, on your opinion on some of these ID games coming out, man. Because I watched the trailer, the sizzle reel again, and I forgot. It shit got me excited. So
no, I'm right there with you, and I don't think Microsoft is getting enough credit on the amount of work that they've been doing with these independent developers. Like I don't like to call them indies anymore because indie sounds cheap, and some of these games got better quality than some of these, blockbuster games and all this bullshit. Nah, dude, I'm excited. Like I said, they don't get enough credit, man. There's a new game being pumped out daily. I don't know if you remember E3 when we were doing the live stream, the one with the guitar, the musical one.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
I think they just secured exclusivity.
Something.
Yeah, it looks fucking awesome. Like that shit was crazy. Like I think they just secure this. I think the guy's going exclusive with Microsoft and PC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think so. So again, they don't get enough credit. I think those games, unfortunately, some of them do go under the radar because everybody's just looking at the big boys, Call of Duty, Star Wars, and all that shit. But some of those games, man, I wish I had more time to spend. So, like, there was another game that just came out, Ran Outdoor. Shout out to Ran. He just did a review on it. It's a top-down. What the fuck, man? It's a like cyberpunk game. I forgot the name. Damn it. Anyways, looks amazing. Like the graphics are crazy, and this dude, it was like a super small team that did it. I'm looking forward to a lot of indie games. To be honest with you, I'm starting to put them in my budget, and kind of now, I don't care a lot about big games anymore. Like lately, I'm just looking at different stuff.
Yeah, no, true. I mean, I forgot, bro. Like, I literally watched the show. I just happened to come upon it, and I watched it. I'm like, holy shit, I forgot all about these games. I mean, there's some high quality shit, and you're right. Indie is kind of a negative connotation. You hear indie movies, indie music, and you think cheap, low budget. That's not the case with video games. That's absolutely untrue.
But the reason why is because a lot of those games that were indies that we saw at the beginning of the generation were kind of cheap and low budget.
Good point.
They were.
Like they were when we were talking about Xbox has Sunset Overdrive, we were told games like that don't matter. We supposed to be hyped for Octodad, like shit like that. You know what I mean? So the whole narrative was like, oh well, Xbox isn't about indies. PlayStation is about indies. So therefore, let's be about the indies. And we're like, okay. But a lot of us were just like, yo, these aren't games that I'm gonna really get into. This is just like some whatever type shit.
Yeah.
They
should be considered single A games now.
What then?
I wouldn't even say that because some of these are double A.
Yeah, some of them, yeah. Like Ori is definitely not considered
single A. The ones that look pretty decent, double A.
Yeah, I mean Ori, I'd call Ori a double A.
I'll call Cuphead a double A.
Double A Cuphead. I'd call that a double. Ashen is probably more. Ashen is damn near triple A the way it looks.
Yeah, to me, yeah.
They went back to the drawing board on that. I think they put some money down on the back end.
Yeah, they had to. Yeah,
so I was a double A too. State of Decay. That was like
that was on the
and look what it turned into.
Yeah, it's full AAA now. Yeah, full holiday release. So Pred, man, what do you think? I know you're not the. I know Pred, guys. If you haven't watched this podcast, well, he's not the biggest indie guy. You know what I'm saying? But I know he has some opinion on it. So, Pred, what you think, bro, about the recent quality games that have come out? I mean, if you remember at the beginning of this generation, remember that everybody's talking about how Xbox wasn't user or content creator friendly, and that was a big. There was this clause, and where they couldn't do. I can't remember the actual clause it was, but some contractual issue that they had with indie developers.
I had to come out with both games, but I remember that. But I'm not a big indie guy. And I admit that. I mean, I'll pick up a few every now and then, but it's got to be worth my time, worth the price. Yeah. I typically say those for bargain bins. Yeah, but I mean, I do. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. Like, I'm not gonna spend $30 on the game that I'm probably gonna hate. At least they have they're coming out with the the refund process now, so that actually helps in that favor. But what if you look back, man? One of my very first videos I did on my YouTube channel was about the 2013 reveal and how they had that sizzle reel of the indies. And the thing was, I went back and I wrote every single one of them down. I've tried to follow up where they were all at in development. And most of those games are still in development or just were never released. Like, there's one that everybody's been hyped up about. It's not Journey. I think that's PlayStation. Like,
Below? You mean Below?
Below's been in limbo for a while.
That's in the graveyard right now, bro. They don't have any type of information.
That's the one with no face? The kids with no face?
Is that Ash?
No, that's Ash.
That's Ash.
Nah, it looks, this is like a Zelda
type. Yeah, it's like top down. Well, yeah, Zelda looking type game.
But I went through that sizzle reel and I looked at every single game they show, and I'm like, man, that game's not in development. This guy's not even working on the game anymore. It's like with indies, it's like it's hit or miss. Like, you never know when these games are coming, so you get hyped up about it. It's kind of like the Cuphead theory, where we heard about it at 2013 E3, and we're just not getting 2017.
Yeah.
So it's like by the time you see these games again, you may not even want them. Ashen was released. It was actually in the 2013 sizzle reel as well, and it's coming out hopefully next year. But they've had to go back to the drawing board. Maybe Microsoft threw money at it. Now, this is what I think about.
What I was gonna say.
Yeah, this is what I think about what Microsoft is doing with indies. Okay, and why I have this whole theory about the whole marketing plan with Microsoft. Instead of throwing all this money at these AAA budgets to sell games, these AAA games like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Those games are going to sell regardless, even if Microsoft backs them or not. People are going to buy them on whatever system they decide to buy them on. So you don't need to spend, thousands of billions of dollars on marketing with a game that's going to sell on your system anyway. You don't have to. I mean, it's good to have it on your system, but it's already there. You don't need to spend money on that. People are going to buy it there anyway. So I think Microsoft is going after these smaller developers, trying to get a rapport with them. So when you do have a Minecraft that blows up or a Pubg that blows up, it's cheaper for you to get in with them now because they're like a small company. They're like, well, they'll take anything at this point, versus, oh, fuck, Microsoft wants us, fuck yeah, we'll go there. Like, they're going to take that money and they're going to take it cheap, and you'll get kind of like an exclusive type / deal with your system. Maybe it's in a preview program or something like that. You get those deals from the smaller company. You spend a lot less. So people are going to come after your console for PUBG. People are going to come after your console for Cuphead and Ashen and stuff like that. So like, you've worked those deals through. So maybe if that game does blow up, it's a low risk for you versus spending billions of dollars on Call of Duty every single year and Madden every single year, because everybody in here knows what system they're going to play those games on. Yeah, at this point,
no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
The point, I'm not going to switch.
That's a great freaking point, dude.
Go ahead, Vlad. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying what I think what Microsoft is doing that people may be overlooking is they are kind of doing what Pred was just saying. Like, they're going with the whole looking at the smaller teams, looking at the smaller the indie developers, and they're giving them a shot. And a lot of people have been saying, "No, I want the AAA." Well, AAAs don't become AAAs overnight. They got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
that's how we're getting State of Decay 2. We were in AAA from the beginning,
right? And that's what BLAM said. Basically, some of these independent games, dude, they look, and some of them play better than so-called AAA. And what Predator said, dude, that makes perfect sense. That's why sometimes when I hear, the rumblings, whether it's Twitter or some podcast, when people are complaining, oh, the marketing, oh, the marketing deals. If the game is gonna come out on the system anyway, why dump a shitload of money when they can spend that money on exclusive, features or getting some of these unknowns that at the end of the day, it's almost like the mafia effect. Like, hey, remember when I helped you out when you were nobody? Guess
Yeah.
what? You know what I mean? That's how Minecraft made it to the console. Nobody gave a fuck about Minecraft on consoles until Microsoft brought him over. And the same with PUBG. Nobody, again, maybe the PC guys, calm your tits. They knew about it. I know. But what I'm saying is, on the console side, nobody gave a fuck about PUBG. I didn't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? So that's fucking genius. And I hope that's the case. And it looks like it's the case.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, at the end of the day, you never know what's going. Even it's the same way in like the music industry. You're always one hit away. You know what I'm saying? So
pretty much,
you never know what's going to take off. And like Predator said, it makes good business sense to get in bed early. But a lot of these publishers kind of, not nickel and dime, but see what they bring them to the table. See how serious they are about the game. If it's a great idea, put a little money into it. It may take a little while. Like you said, Cuphead was announced in 2013. We didn't actually get a release till 2017, but
it was worth every penny, bro.
It's an investment. It was worth every penny because it cost you.
What's the first exclusive that we've had that we're getting a sequel for this year? Oh, not this year, but next year. Since this generation started. Ori, small developer.
Exactly.
It's a small new developer. So, like,
and you know what? And next year they're gonna announce Recore. They have to do that game justice. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That is a great game. That assholes trying to kill it. It's a great fucking game, and it needs a franchise. Yeah. They dump a little bit of more money, dude. That could be Microsoft's next mascot.
No, you can definitely. I could definitely see Recore in one of them like Destiny style, like open world hybrid kind of games. You know what I'm saying? You just give it, like you said, give it a little bit more money, make the scale a little bit bigger, add a lot of different things.
You don't even have to. Yeah, they don't even have to do all that. Just
but
it's a nice little. It's a nice little action game to come out during the slow season. To give them a little bit of money and then come out with the big boys. It's a good option.
Yeah. Good point. Chuck, I didn't get your opinion on that. The ID at Xbox games, man. What do you think, man? You think the quality? What are you excited for the new ID at Xbox games coming out?
Oh hell yeah! I mean, to be honest with you, I was not big on indie games, and like Cuphead made me see the light. They had a lot of them I seen. I said I might play it, and like Unravel, I was like, well, I might play it, but it never was. Indie games never really did catch my attention. But after Cuphead, now I'm more open-minded to say, okay, these are more different experiences that I would like to try. So I'm more excited about all these new. Then they starting to look more beautiful. Like they put a lot of grease and butter on them to make it shine. Because the indie games now, they fine now. I got to give it to them. Oh, and one other thing about what Predator said about the marketing rights for instead of putting on the big AAA games, to put on the indie games. That really do make sense. The only time I figure like you need to put money behind these big AAA games like Call of Duty and Madden and stuff like that is when you're getting ready to release a console like that the initial release when you're trying to catch the hardcore, so a person trying to choose what system they want. But after that first initial release, people just purchasing like Call of Duty or Battlefield and all these other games on and 2K on whatever console they was going to purchase them on anyway. So that is a smart move in the long term, but just that first initial release. Then after that, I just, like how you said, just put all my money in these newfound AA and single A games that's coming out. No more indies. They are AA and single A games.
I mean, they still got to do it on the big budget games. I mean, they have to. Unfortunately, that's the business. But it's like, for example, Battlefront. Yeah, Sony has the deal. Who gets to play it first?
Xbox.
Exactly. Yeah. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, good point.
So things like that, I'm glad that they're doing that, but at the same time, they still need to do it, and they're gonna do it. They have to. Yeah. Like Battlefield, they have to get that deal because that's competing with Call of Duty. So, but at the end of the day, just like you guys just said, the fact that they're spending money elsewhere, that's better because Microsoft is in for the long haul. They're not trying to do a quick cash grab, and people don't understand that. It's business.
Yeah. And honestly, just to be honest from my perspective, guys, like I was never the biggest indie. Once again, we throwing that term out. It's a Triple Cup Chuck. We officially announced here on the Shop Podcast, no more indies. We kicking that word out the damn dictionary. It's single A, double A. Okay, we not doing indies no more. All right, so
independent developers.
So I was one of those kind of like Fred is in a way, back on the 360 where I wasn't I had really no interest in smaller games, and they good for a good I treated them like apps on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like the game's on the phone. You know what I'm saying? They're good for a nice little quick 15, 20 minutes, and then I put it down. Probably never touch it again. But I went back and like I said, I watched that scissor reel. Man, that bitch got me so hyped, man. I was in my living room like, good Lord, like, I forgot about the quality of these games. Now, for Preds, what he said earlier. Now, some of the games we may not see. We've seen them in the scissor where we may not see them out. That's just the nature of the beast, man. Sometimes shit falls by the wayside for whatever reason, whether it be financially, whether it be they just run out of time to do it, or I don't know, technical complications. But I'm hopeful, because they have been putting money into these new developers, and Microsoft has done a great job at not only getting indie developers or AA or single A developers. I got to get used to that shit. But they're doing a great job of getting high quality games and high quality talent. You know what I'm saying? That's going to help them in other areas. So I'm happy. I'm lit, man, for these single A games for sure. So we moving on, man, and I got another fun topic, man. We probably got about 2 more questions to go, man, before we wrap shit up. By the way, guys, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel, guys. Like the videos, and I'm trying to get to about 1,500 subs before the end of the year. So you guys, if you're new here and you guys want to help me out, please subscribe, man. A lot of these gentlemen here on the channel, everybody I think except even Jar has their own YouTube channel. So you guys go to their links. I will put them in the description. Follow them on Twitter and subscribe to their channels too. But the next thing you guys know I like to have fun here on the Top Podcast. So I got a death match, guys. Okay, it's gonna be fun. So
I knew it. Hit us with a win.
You already know, man. So I got a death match, man. And now this is tough. Two icons. Okay. The catch is both of them have all their abilities and all their weapons available. Okay. On one side we got Kratos, the God Killer. Okay. Kratos, the God Killer. We know what the man can do. On the other side we got probably the most iconic soldier in the history of the military, Master Chief. God damn it! All right, so all abilities, all weapons. Who we got, man? Who we got? I'm starting with you, Pred. You're in the military. I'm starting with you. No bias.
Start with me. Kratos and Master Chief. Let me see.
All weapons.
All weapons.
Oh
Yeah.
Man.
Okay.
It don't matter
I'll
which
probably go
version.
Master
You
Chief.
can do old
Just 'cause
Kratos.
he's got range with his weapons. I don't think Kratos has any long range weapons.
What?
I don't know. I don't play
Olympus.
Yeah, but how far? I mean,
Yeah,
a sniper
but the
rifle
chain-
versus
okay,
the chains of
yeah.
Olympus.
Okay.
Yeah.
That Spartan laser.
But I mean,
Now, if they're like
Kratos
close
is
combat fighting, yeah, like
he's
you put
he's
him in
an
a battle
animal, though.
royale.
I don't know if you shoot him. I don't know if you shot him. I don't really know if that's gonna really.
His son shot him. What are you talking about?
You gotta cut. You gotta cut his head off. That's the only way you could probably beat Kratos.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know, man.
I was still going Master Chief.
You still going
Yeah.
Master Chief, man?
If they go
So
fist
that's
fight,
your,
then I probably have to go with Kratos. They're close combat.
that's your
but
reason
they're
because
just
of the
like-
range?
I mean, I don't have
Hey.
anything else reason.
I don't know, man. I figured you would give me a more detailed answer. I'm going with you last next time. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No. Not good answer though, man. It's a good. So Jar, man, it's on you, bro. We got Kratos. and we
I'm
got
biased.
Master Chief,
I'm
man.
biased, man. My name says it all. Master Chief all the way. Marine, man.
All
I
right,
gotta-
man.
I gotta go with my devil dog.
You got to give a reason though, man. You gotta give a
Reason he has the size, the speed, and the weaponry. Not to take anything away from Kratos. Don't get me wrong. That's a bad motherfucker and one of my favorite characters. But again, the size, the speed, plus the weaponry. I don't know. There's a good match, man. They're about the same height. you know what I'm saying? And if he runs out of bullets, he can still whoop his ass too. Rip the chains off and choke his ass out with him. That's what I would do. I mean, basically.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Okay, I'll take that answer. Okay. So let's see. All right, it's on you, Live. You got to give a good reason, Live. So we got Master Chief. We got Kratos, brother.
I would take Kratos, close combat, Master Chief, long distance. I mean,
Okay.
Master Chief has a lot of
I think that's
options,
fair.
weapons. Yeah. I mean, if he wants to, he could just jump in a tank and blow his ass away if he wants to.
Drop a fucking hornet on his ass.
Yeah, you jump on the mech. You know, you got a lot of options. You could use what's that? The lights. I forget the name of the damn sword.
Sword.
The
plasma sword.
Yeah, plasma sword. No, what's the other one called? The one in Halo 5. The one that you could run mad fast in. That shit. It's like something Bane or something, right? The Prophet's Bane, I think it's called.
I forgot which one is that one.
It's like the you know, the main sword is like blue, but the Prophet's Bane is like a orange, purplish kind of.
Shit, I don't remember the name. I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name though.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, he just has a lot more weapons. But yeah, close combat. You know, Kratos probably has that advantage. And we're only speaking in the realm of if Kratos could be killed. I mean, obviously he's a god or whatever. So as long as if it's feasible for Chief to be able to kill him, then yeah, sure. But if you're talking about like, no, he'll never die, then well, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's no point.
You know? Yeah, so that's what I got.
Well, yeah, he did. He made a point about that, but if he can't be killed. But I think everybody say Master Chief forget him though, because Master Chief, first of all, he Xboxing, you know what I'm saying? A little bias got to come out of us anyway, so that should be a given. And then with the weapons, Master Chief should be able to kill Kratos from the fucking moon with a futuristic gun. Hype his ass from the moon, pull his head off, and transport it back to the moon and just hold it there. So if they're fighting the head up with no super weapons, I think it'll be more of a match, because if they had all their weapons, Master Chief could just, like you said, just hit him for a distance. You don't have to get nowhere near him.
Yeah, because, you know, the whole thing with Chief is, like, his ability is the fact that he's lucky, you know, like, he just finds his way out of the craziest situations. So, knowing Chief, it'll be some shit like he's fighting Kratos, he might be losing, and then Atriox comes out of nowhere and crushes Kratos' head, and then he starts fighting Atriox and shit.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You know, Master Chief improvised. That's what that's called.
Yeah, that too.
Either way, it'll probably be a good ass fight. So.
No, it ain't no doubt. Yeah, they should put them both in a fighting game. Let's make it happen.
No shit, dude. That'd be awesome.
Glad me back.
Because Kratos kind of plays like Spawn in a ways.
Yeah, it depends on how you gonna play.
I'm trying to remember. Wasn't Chief in some fighting game?
Yeah, he was in
like
Dead or Alive, I think.
Oh, Dead or Alive. Okay.
One of those old games. Either that one or Dead or Alive, I think.
Because I think you could use the pistol, because he played like Bayman. What's his name? The guy with the beret. I forget his name. Bay something. He was like a Green Beret or some shit like that.
But how y'all think Kratos gonna play now? I mean, fight now, since they got it like more of a behind the shoulders look.
Oh yeah, that's right. He don't have to change no more, right? Huh?
Yeah, that camera angle is kind of weird for the fighting scenes that Kratos.
Axe. Now he plays more like the other guy with the axe on freaking Soul Calibur and shit. The big guy, I forget his name.
Like a big heavy dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So he's not as agile as he once was. You know. I guess, you know, it's part of getting old.
Yeah, it looks good, man. Honestly, that would be the only game that I'll probably consider buying a PlayStation for, to be honest with you.
It looks like Blam's having audio issues right now, so
we can
rejoin him. We'll get his opinion on this in a minute. So I guess we can go to some questions real quick. I know we're getting close to the time here, and I'll get Blam's opinion on Master Chief versus Kratos when he gets back. So there was one question earlier about PUBG. If you guys have any questions in chat, please put that in. But who was it? Let me find it real quick.
I think it was Snake Eyes. Yeah, Snake Eyes.
Do you think Microsoft will lock up PUBG for their platform? It will be a one-year marketing deal for Xbox One. I'll go with you first, Trip.
Man, my thought is they're gonna do the 1 year, lock it down while it's in the preview program. They don't lock it down because it's still a gamble, because the whole concept of the game could be implemented on other games, and once that happens, the game could go down.
Hold on, whose background noise is that? Is that you, Blam?
Yeah, I think that is Blam.
Yeah, that is Blam. Blam, we can hear you.
I know.
I think we're dealing with family stuff, so we can't hear.
Oh man.
Hey, blaming you out tour behind scenes right now.
It's a live show, people.
Oh Lord.
Sweet Jesus.
Hey, he probably had it muted and thought he had, and unmuted when he thought he was muting it. That's probably why we couldn't hear him, because he had it mute. Somebody had technical difficulties.
Somebody DM him.
I just sent him a message, man. He ain't. I know how loud his house can get too. I'm playing with him online.
Yeah, we used to play Overwatch, man. He used to get mad.
So, what do you think live about PUBG exclusive rights, Microsoft?
For a year seems feasible. I think it works for both, to be honest. A year is enough time. Like Microsoft will be satisfied because they have the game for a longer period of time. And then on the other hand, you have enough. The developers have enough time to, work all the kinks out. Microsoft is going to be doing the same, and then it gives them extra time to adjust it for the PlayStation, because currently they're only working on the PC version. Microsoft's the one porting it to the Xbox and making sure that the gun mechanics and all that stuff is working well. So that's really Microsoft doing that. So it's going to be up to Bluehole to get it ready for the PlayStation. So it should work it should work for both parties, to be honest.
Yeah. How about you, Joe? What do you think?
Well, honestly, tinfoil hat moment. Basically, I think originally it could have been a 1 year thing. The thing is, though, there were some rumblings in the Twitterverse that Microsoft is trying to extend that. And honestly, with the money and effort that more than likely Microsoft is putting in, and people don't realize, people are saying, there's 60 million copies sold. Most of that number comes from Korea, from Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft needs a foothold in Asia. If they can extend it a year more, lock it down for the foreseeable future, because Bluehole, I think that was a bullshit move. Basically, I was bluffing that we're talking to all developers, to all manufacturers. Bullshit. They can barely keep up, with the PC version, because Microsoft is doing their own version. Mm-hmm. So honestly, man, Microsoft can lock this shit down for a long, long time. Because how long did it take Minecraft before Microsoft even bought Mojang to come on the PlayStation? It took a while. I don't, a lot more than a year. So I think it could be that case easily, especially because it's one of what we were all talking about earlier. It's one of those things like, hey, remember when you were nobody and I made you pretty? Hey, bitch. So could be, one of those cases. So I can see them holding on for more than a year. They might not say it because you know how the media works. Oh, that's unfair. Microsoft is the bad guy. But it never is the other way around when the other guys lock a system, a game forever or whatever.
Yeah. I think in the climate that it is right now with gaming, it's more beneficial for Microsoft to lock it down.
Yeah.
Because, like, say if they get it for 2 years, like on some Destiny type shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then that works for Microsoft. Yeah, people will be pissed off and they'll yell, but let's be honest. If you really want to play the game, you're not worried about that shit. You're just getting the game.
Most people, man, outside the Twitterverse don't give a fuck about that. People just buy the game wherever they want to play.
That's where it's at, so that's where I'm gonna play it.
Yeah. And I mean, they would be smart. I would if I was Microsoft, because again, outside the PC world, man, console people, they know what the fuck PUBG was. Nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah.
So, I think they need to, man. I think they need to. This is like a sure thing for them. Yeah, that's like if they're worried about the money, they're gonna get their money back if they go ahead and lock us down and play. And pay whatever they need to pay to get it. It's like how they spent how much money they spent on Mojang to get Minecraft?
$2 billion, and they made that shit in less than a year back.
Yeah, and I mean, like they can make that money back for PUBG. They may have to, even if it's like hell, just buy the company, if they have to. But I don't think that's what they want. But
they could, and they should.
They have the money, but
exactly,
they would make it back. I think they make it back easily.
Dude, on
Within a year.
on the Steam sales alone, they'll make the fucking money back.
Like to
Yeah,
me,
you know they're gonna have
in a year.
microtransactions and shit in that game too. So I mean, like people are gonna buy stupid skins and shit like that. So they'll easily make their money back. I think the good thing about what the difference between Mojang and PUBG is like it's a community game, whereas PUBG is just like I always call it just a game mode. But I don't think they'll make. I think they'll make their money back, but it'll never be Microsoft figures. I'm sorry, Minecraft figures. But they could easily lock this game down. And I think you're right. 'Cause I mentioned this before too, Jar. Like how you said, them going to the table with Sony to kind of get the game on there was a bluff. And I said this, I think on Crossfire, I was like, yo, what better way to get them to come, back to the table than to, hey, say we've been talking to your competitor now.
Yeah,
get the game on there too. So yeah, and then next thing you know, guess what's happening? A longer deal's trying to be worked out now. So.
exactly. And like I said, Microsoft has the money's not an issue. I mean, I know they're a business, but let's be honest, it's just like Apple. Money's not the issue. Yeah. So they could I would. That game is huge in Asia. That thing is like almost on the level of fucking Overwatch and World of Warcraft in Korea. And I think that's what they're based out of.
Yeah, they are.
So it's huge.
Well, that's why it's one of the reasons why it's so big. But they're never gonna really have that game. I don't think it's gonna be as popular on the Xbox because they don't play consoles out there. They only really play on PC out there.
But it's still a good foothold to sell the X.
Yeah,
with PC,
for those,
you know what I mean.
For those that are interested, yeah,
I can guarantee you, there's been more Xboxes sold in Korea than there have been sold Korea and China than have been sold in Japan.
I agree. No, and that is true. And
yeah, more than likely because Japan has their own. They kind of whatever their own have that's on par or better. They kind of go with that.
And Japan hasn't, to be honest, maybe within the last year. Now you're starting to see Japan to be like, wait a minute, we've been falling off the console market, but now you're starting to see games. Yeah, most of them are on PlayStation, that's true, but it's still good to see that they're not just doing the fucking mobile and cell phone games. You know what I mean? So Japan is starting to wake up because it's almost like they've been missing out on money.
Yeah, it's true.
Excuse me.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yay!
Holy shit, man.
Hey, he's
sorry
back.
about that, guys. Yeah, I apologize, guys. Everybody in the chat, man, I'm so sorry about that, man. I fucking had some technical issues.
Man, that's your second show back and shit.
Yeah, I know, right? You got a bitch. No, it was just I forgot I left the damn Bluetooth on for my daughter, and she was trying to do like 10 things, and she was trying to hook her phone up, and my audio cut out. All kind of weird shit started to happen. So I had everything back up, and running. So we're good to go now. I completely just fucking. I know you guys were just kind of appreciate you guys keeping the show going and everything. Once again, everybody in the chat, I apologize. Hopefully, there was no like major interruption in actual like the actual flow of the podcast. But you got to questions and everything.
Yep, we did everything.
The viewers.
So
Cool.
One in there, so I think we're done.
I think we're good. Okay, you guys know. So one thing that you guys know about me, if you knew, is that I like to keep the show about an hour, man. Because hours about max for me, man. But anyway. Appreciate you guys coming out, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the topics. Once again, I do apologize for the technical difficulties. Google sometimes is a mofo, so we're just gonna work through that and keep the show pushing. But appreciate you guys for coming out. Once again, I'm gonna let everybody here on the panel go ahead and just announce where they're gonna be at, where you can find them at, their YouTube channel, things like that. So we'll start with you, Jar. One thing, guys, before you say anything, Jar, I appreciate all you guys here on the panel. You guys have been sticking with me. Through the ups and downs, in and outs, through my hiatuses, things like that. And you guys always show love, so I appreciate all you 4 gentlemen and 3 gentlemen here on the podcast that rock out with me. So I just want to kind of say that. Don't get sentimental, Chuck. I want you crying and shit all on the podcast.
Yeah.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. No, I'm just giving you. I'm giving you shit, but I really do appreciate you guys, man. You guys are what pushed me and drive me. Knowing you guys you guys have my back and support me through everything. So go ahead, Jar, man. Let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter or Xbox Live. Out of everybody, I don't have a YouTube channel. I barely have any time. So like I'm always grateful that BLAM, he picked me out of the crowd because I was just a fan. I'm still a fan. Even if I couldn't make it, I'll still be listening. You can find me at Twitter, Jarhead2001, the same as my Xbox Live, and on Mixer when I do a stream once every 6 months. So
Yeah, that shit like it was often.
yeah, so I tried, man. I not much time lately, but I do try every now and then. And again, always down to talk games, with whoever, sports. As always, go Steelers.
Oh, for sure. Oh, we're not gonna get there. We'll talk about that shit off here. I got a lot to say. But anyway, guys, go ahead, Predator. Shout yourself out too, man. One thing I want to say about Predator too, man. I got a little bit to say about everybody here, man. 'Cause these guys are special. Predator, another guy, just super positive. Like one of my best friends, man. I can always ask him for anything. He always stuck with me through all this shit, 2 ups and downs. Never played sides, whatever the case may be. So I appreciate you too, Pred. So I know you've been gone. You took a little hiatus for a while too. But you guys fucking go to his channel and subscribe. Predator has a bunch of good content, man. I low-key stalk his channel anytime he puts shit out. I really do, man. I got you on the note. I don't click too many bells on YouTube because I don't like getting notifications. But you one of the few people I got my bell clicked on. Every time you drop shit, I'm on it. So anyway, go ahead, man. Give yourself a shout out, G.
Yeah, man. Of course, find me here. Find me on Saturdays on the next podcast, Twitter. Predator_H2OS. You can find all my links to my channels on my Twitter as well. Xbox Live as well. I'm usually on Xbox Live more lately than I have been. Playing some Ghost Recon, Ghost War. So y'all need to hop on that. It's free this weekend too, so get on it. What else? That's it, man. Thank you for having me back on the show. And go
Appreciate it. Oh, get that shit out of here. Ugh, that makes me feel dirty. I'm going to have to edit that shit out, man.
Oh man.
Anyway, go ahead and shout at yourself live. This dude is crazy. I love live, man. Energy guy. But go ahead and give yourself a shout out, man. You awesome, dude. You always bring the energy. It don't matter how I'm feeling, man. You always uplifting and positive, bro.
Yeah, I'm live.
Don't sound like the Clear Eyes guy now. Fuck that.
Listen. I've been agitating a lot of ponies all day, so
Where's on you?
Yeah, sometimes what the funny thing is about being who I am. Like sometimes I just troll, and sometimes I just say stuff I really feel. And I get I don't even know how many people respond to half the shit I say. It's just ridiculous, especially that persona shit. Oh Jesus. But they get mad at me because I don't respond to every single tweet. I'm like, yo, bro, you know how many people didn't tweeted me? I'm not about to go back through 175 tweets just to find your specific. Man, get out of here. But anyway, man, yeah, just check out my content, my channel, man, and look at everybody else's channel too, man. I've been looking at checking out a lot of people's stuff. I like perspective, man. I don't like just listening to everybody who has the same opinions on everything. That's why I tune into a lot of different people's channels. Especially people that don't think just like me, because you don't grow when you only listen to people that sound just like you. So even ponies, I listen to ponies channels too, because even though I might not agree on the stuff they say, especially when they just be hating on Xbox, sometimes it's good to have a perspective at least on why they say what they say, even though you might be like, factually, you are rather incorrect. Like Forza 7 doesn't have microtransactions. What the fuck are you talking about? But whatever.
For sure, man. So yeah, hit up live, man. He has a lot of great content, has a shit ton of videos up. So when you get to the channel, there's a bunch of stuff to watch, believe me. So I stalk his channel too, low key. So Chuck, man, we up, man. Chuck is another guy, man, who was kind of just like me and Chuck just hit it off. This is the first time we talked, and he's been a staple on the show ever since, man. He has a channel. He's on I think you may be on a couple of different podcasts. I think the Thanos podcast too, right?
Right.
Chuck's been hitting it.
Yeah, for sure.
Chuck's been hitting the rounds.
So go ahead.
Yeah,
man. He's been around the block a few times. So go ahead and check Chuck out too. But give yourself a shout out, Chuck.
Yeah, I be getting it in. This your boy Triple Cup Chuck. You can find me on the excuse me. You can find me on the Xbox. You can find me on Twitter, or you can find me on YouTube at Triple Cup Chuck. Triple Cup, one word, then Chuck. And on next Wednesday, this Wednesday coming up, I'm not too good with time zone, so I think it's Pacific, but it's gonna be like 10 o'clock Pacific. It's gonna be after Puerto Rock and after Crap Gamer podcast that Wednesday. That Wednesday night, y'all got to this. I'm gonna do a podcast, but mine gonna be like 75% talking about like Marvel and DC, and I'm gonna throw some video games in there. So it's gonna be more like, let's say, hypothetically speaking, like you BLAM, and let's say Live Wire, y'all Xbox people, and Pred and Jawhead, they're PlayStation people. Boom, you come on my show, Jawhead and Live Wire, they Marvel people, and you BLAM and Pred, y'all DC people. So it's like everybody gonna kind of like switch up roles and stuff like that. So it's gonna be something different. I'm trying to put together where we could talk about video games and we could talk about comics, because you know I'm a nerd that love comics and video games.
That's about to be the Civil War, man.
Yeah,
That DC versus Marvel shit is serious, bro. You thought that PlayStation versus Xbox shit was tough.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we'll see, man. But yeah, you guys hit Chuck up, man. Everybody here, you guys go visit their channels. They all do great content. So let me go ahead and finish this bitch out. So once again, it's PTK BLAM, the host with the most. It's PTK BLAM across the board, Xbox Live, Twitter, any other social media I will put down in the links also too. Follow me there, guys. Once again, appreciate you guys coming out, rocking out with me this Thursday. Next Thursday, same time, same goddamn place, more fun, more questions. We'll be here with the crew. We always hanging around, man. So follow me on Twitter too, guys. I'm really trying to hit 1,500 subs here on YouTube. So share the video with your friends. Leave a comment in the video. Let me know if there's anything I need to change, do differently. I am open to every damn thing. So just hit me up, man. And don't feel free. Don't fucking, I can't even think of the goddamn word. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter also too. So I talk to everybody.
Spread the word.
Don't
Spread
be
the word,
antisocial.
Yeah.
I talk to everybody.
PlayStation
anyway,
guys, welcome.
Yeah, PlayStation guys, Nintendo. Wait, I'll take Nintendo back. I'm just playing. Nintendo guys. Yeah, I'm not going to shoot. I haven't talked about Nintendo in months. I'll say that for the next podcast. I got a lot of shit to say about Nintendo, but we'll say that for the next one. Anyway, guys, we're finna get out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Once again, next week we will be back, same day, same time. I am dropping another video Saturday, so you guys can look forward to that. So we'll see you guys later, man. We're out of here. Peace out.
Later.
All right. Peace.